to the high banks of Daytona, but for now we are looking at a dominant performance from Mouse. We're looking at a great fight though for fourth position at the moment, which Tobias Pfeffer, he is not putting a foot wrong at the moment.
It's really impressive. He has a lot of cars behind him in this train and he just isn't making a mistake. He's just looking forward, he knows his braking points, he knows where he's got to turn in. It's really easy to get distracted when someone is that close. I mean, that Porsche is right in his mirror. Many of the pixels on his screen are going to be taken up by that Porsche, but it's not distracting him. He's driving exactly the line he needs to drive, and he's done a really good job. I mean, it looks so simple just watching them. They're just driving around, they're not really doing any mistakes or anything, but let me tell you, it's not as easy as it looks.
I mean, like, it's kind of one of those ones, like, what must it be like feeling a car right behind you, knowing that if you miss a braking point by a metre, even less than that on occasion, that car will pounce. We're on the final lap and the final run around the Hockenheim ring, and the final few bits of pressure for Tobias Pfeffer to soak up on this last lap. I
mean, just watching that line through turn one, there's the curb and then there's a white line that extends, and I swear they're all within 1 millimetre of the limit.
Yeah.
And, they're under pressure here. They're just getting it exactly right. It's just actually crazy to watch.
So good. Whilst there is 2 seconds to the dominant Mouse performance ahead, is the same kind of gap behind for Tobias Pfeffer, but not to the next car, not to the car behind that, but the car behind even that. It's so incredibly tight in this fight, and the defensive line wasn't even really needed. It was just a perfect braking zone through the hairpin, and Pfeffer still hangs on. Here comes an opportunity though.
Yeah, into the Mercedes-Benz arena. There is a chance for the Porsche to peel to the left-hand side here. Mercedes going to go defensive. Yes, he is. He's going to just cover the middle of the track. So he's definitely aware that the overtake was possibly on there.
I mean, look, that was a good bit of racing. There's not too many opportunities. You can make a move into Mobile 1 if you are incredibly brave. But either way, for Mouse, it's going to be a very, very impressive 1, 2, 3 when they needed it most, coming into this with 1 point separating the top 3 teams. Incredibly close. Dennis Schoeniger started a few races ago in his victory sequence. He took his first victory online. He followed that up with a second not long after, and now he takes a first win at LAN. It's his 3rd victory in R1, but that important first victory at LAN and an important 1, 2, 3 for Mouse.
Yeah, really strong performance there. Obviously, the luck, you could say, of the hairpin on the opening lap. Well, they made their luck for themselves because they qualified first and second, and that just makes it so much more likely that you're going to come out on top at the end of the race. Really good performance from Dennis. Really happy for him to get that race win.
Yeah, really happy to see that kind of performance. It was well judged. Also, no ego from Max Benneker. He had his teammate get there. He got effectively the order to basically say, right, Dennis is a little bit faster at the moment. Let's let him get through. Let's let him build that confidence. Let his teammate come through, sat behind, played the team game. He understands how to win, does Benneker, as a driver, as a team. And yeah, we saw a great performance there as a team. And look at how pumped Schoeniger is.
Yeah, obviously there's 4 drivers in the team. Max is effectively the team leader, you could say. And that's really good because, he doesn't have to win the race. If, he can give some confidence to one of his teammates, then that benefits the team overall. So it's a really, it's a smart decision there to do that.
Certainly so. And saw Moritz Lerner there, repping the BMW M Motorsport water bottle. Let's head though down to Sandstorm, who's catching up with Max Benneker.
Thank you very much, boys and girls. Max Benneker, congratulations. You and Team Mouse will be making it to the next stage. Sensational performance from you guys. First of all, I have to ask you, tell us, I want to go back to that first race that you guys had. I want to say, what was going through your head? Talk to me, especially during those first couple of laps. You went from, I want to say, bottom of the leaderboard all of a sudden towards the end to P2 position. What was going through your minds?
That was second race. That was, but the first race was already like 6 minutes practice, jumping in the race, going to qualifying. Very happy I put it on pole there. Unfortunately, made a mistake in the second race in quali, but then luckily I had a very nice teammate that helped me out there to get up to the front, and he sacrificed his race. So really a team effort in the end, and really glad we finished it up with Hockenheim, so that we make it into tomorrow. Because after the second race, it was like everybody can win. So it was all up to this.
I want to say, like, wrapping it up on Hockenheim, I want to say, like, a German track for yourself. Did you feel like, I want to say, like, more comfortable? Was it easier for you? Talk to me about that.
I mean, Hockenheim generally is a track that suits us more, I would say. Also, our car is a bit better there compared to like maybe Monza and Jeddah. But still, you have to make it through turn 1 in quali, and that's always a hassle because you only, you have 2 laps in practice, and you can have an off track immediately. So my first sector was really bad in the quali, but still happy that it was enough for pole, and looking forward to tomorrow now together with the team to fight for the title.
I mean, I would say, like, we were looking at the races from Group 1, Group A compared to Group B. I want to say your races were a lot more chaotic compared to the first group. So many times, like, seeing the cars go off track, so many times bumping each other. But I'm looking forward to see what you guys can pull off in tomorrow. But tell me, who do you think was your biggest rival throughout today?
Today? Oh, it's so close. I mean, in the first group, it was kind of like Vitality was just taking it away and kind of being dominant. But here, I felt like everybody could do it, and so both of them were, putting on a great fight. If I had to pick one, I would have said Williams because Dom was just like really, really strong today with the short amount of practice we had. But overall, they were both really great competitors.
Well, thank you very much, Max, for joining us. Congratulations once again to yourself and Maus on going on to the next stage. Now we're going to head on over to the studio to break down that track. And then, obviously, we're going to go on to our final race of the day. Over to you, boys.
Hey, thank you, Sandstorm. What a performance from Maus. They clutch up when needed most. Ice in the veins. Mac, you never stop believing, brother. We were all Team Falcons. James, I'll get to you in just a second as you rejoin, okay? But so was Jim. But yeah, Team Maus, 1, 2, and 3 when it mattered most. Incredible performance.
Yeah, really good job, of course, from them. I think it was really over after the first lap when everything went wrong in the hairpin for Williams. They were really unlucky with that, of course, but yeah, perfect execution from the boys up front.
Yeah, without a doubt, Dennis Schoeniger taking first, Binneker, Lohner as well, just 1, 2, and 3. Something only done by Vitality a little bit earlier, James. So both of these teams clearly outliers when it comes to their groups. And granted, as they should be, now number 1 respectively. So moving forward to tomorrow, guaranteed Vitality and Maus. But we still have our last chance race, which is going to be on Daytona, and that's going to be interesting. But I will say, James, to your credit, you said Falcons were going to go all the way through. You weren't far off. They won the last race. This race, they don't do too bad either. I'm honestly impressed, and I think they exceeded my expectations.
Well, listen, I've been having my dinner, and watching that group was quite something.
Wasn't
the
it?
level was high.
Yes.
Like, between all 3 teams, it could have gone anywhere at Hockenheim, and ultimately it came down to lap 1 at Hockenheim that determined the group, really. It could have gone easily in Falcons' favour or even Williams. So you got to favour those 2 teams, though, in this Daytona race over BS. I think BS are very much up against it now.
Well, so let's talk about that BS competition. Granted, Vitality ended up surpassing them by, I believe, like more than half, if I'm not mistaken. 169 points is just incredible. But I think they finished off of like 80-something, which doesn't put them far off from the performance of Williams as well as Falcons. So I think it's going to be a lot closer than James is thinking, Mac.
Yeah, I think it'll be close. It's a little bit difficult to say which car is going to be good at Daytona 2. Of course, we're going to have 3 different cars again, BMW,
so geschrieben? Oh Gott. Oh. Das. Mhm. Ja. 7, 6, 5. Welcher? Rear Slow Bump. Okay. Slow Rebound 19. Mhm. Kabel runtergefallen. So, so. So. So, fahren wir Gemini. Moin. Was
Ah,
geht?
hast du gekriegt?
Was denn?
Hast du alle gekriegt?
Nee, alle schaffe ich heute nicht. Da ich jetzt zu spät
Ich weiß
angefangen habe.
nicht, wie lange geht denn jetzt noch?
Ist nur noch jetzt das
Ja, dann schaffe ich das. Ich habe
letzte
96%.
Chance-Ding. Eigentlich.
Ja, die 4% muss ich jetzt noch warten. Hilft ja nichts.
So.
Oh, warte. Jetzt ist leer.
Machen wir gerade ein Setup mit Gemini. Mal gucken, ob das klappt hier. Bin gespannt.
Oh, ach, ich höre wieder nichts. Ist
Jo.
das dumm. Ich verstehe das nicht, warum sich das immer umstellt. Jetzt höre ich wieder was. Bei mir stellt sich das immer um auf mein Bildschirm. Also Bildschirmvoice. Also, nur auf Zoe. Ich weiß nicht warum.
Nee. Ich auch nicht.
Du machst doch immer so Multistream, oder?
Ja.
Wie machst du das?
Ja.
Oder wie machst du das?
Wie?
Ja, wo streamst du alles?
Kick, YouTube und Twitch.
Ach so. Ich immer denke, mit wem redest du, Alter? Dann sehe ich nicht mehr was. Dann gucken bei den anderen
Boah, ich
auch mal,
glaube-
also gucken bei dem anderen mehr zu?
Nee, alles immer so gleich. Also letztens hatte ich 9, war das höchste jetzt insgesamt.
Bei 9.
Naja. Na, allgemein. Als zählt ja immer alles
Achso, über
zusammen.
alle
Dann.
Plattformen.
Genau.
Ach so, ach so. Also ein paar bei YouTube, ein paar bei Kick und dann
Genau,
ein
ja.
paar bei Twitch, so.
Ja, ja.
Das ist so witzig.
Ja.
Weiß ich gar nicht, dass das so geht, dass man einfach so klickt und dann macht er einfach alles an.
Ja. Verrückt.
Und also Kick und so, da gucken wir mal wieder rein oder YouTube oder?
Ja. Kick fast gar nicht eigentlich, ehrlich gesagt. Probier das einfach noch aus ein bisschen.
Ich verstehe es. Ist doch gestern noch eine Nordschleife, 8 Minuten 22 ist er gefahren.
Crazy.
Ja. So, gut aus, aber. Das ist schon jetzt. Ach, das nervt mich schon wieder, dass es Kurven gibt, wo es kein Track gibt. Das fuckt mich ab.
Ja, gibt's ja schon, aber das ist halt durch GT-Autos ist es ja anders als bei Formel 1.
Ja, aber dass es halt so ist, die
Komm,
Tracklimits so sind, dass
Ja.
die halt. Ja, dass es halt Auslegungssache ist. Wieder. Jede Kurve
Ja,
ist
das ist
richtig. Dann einfach grundsätzlich sagen, wie in der Formel 1, zwei, also du musst mit einem Reifen auf der Strecke bleiben. Die fahren damit mit dem ganzen Auto, fahren die irgendwie, also neben der Strecke, das ist in Ordnung. Hab ich nie gemacht, ich war geschwitzt da oben. Angst hatte. Mhm. Geht schon weiter? Nee, ne? Nee. Haben noch Zeit. Fairing 5. Bin echt gespannt, wie ich das Setup mit KI hinkriege, ne? Das war gerade.
Setup?
Ja, ja. Was war, kannst du das Setup
Setups machen
reinmachen.
das?
Ja, aber nur, glaube ich, was war.
Echt?
Ja. Probier ich mal aus, nur mit KI zusammen.
Musst du alles selber einstellen, oder?
Ja, ja, klar. Es slidet da immer noch so heftig.
Nicht so geklappt hast, oder was?
Noch nicht. Also ich gucke noch, ich probiere noch ein bisschen aus. Ich sag dir immer noch, wo ich da direkt Probleme habe, so quasi, und dann hoffe ich, dass er irgendwann mal da was richtig einstellt.
Ja, ja, ja.
Oh, jetzt ist er aber hart am Überlegen, die KI.
Ich muss noch kurz warten, ne? Krieg gleich die letzten Drops da. 99%. Das warte ich noch mal eben ab hier. Die Minute. Habe ich alle. Alles freigeschaltet, was man gucken kann.
Jetzt soll ich den wieder hoch machen, aber das ist es nicht, sage ich. Schauen wir mal. 8000 jetzt hinten. Wir schauen mal, wird sich schon was ändern. Das ist wieder auf 90. Rear Camber. Was ist denn das? 32.
Ach komm, Digga, gib's sie doch jetzt. Gib mir die doch jetzt. %, die wollen mich verarschen, ey.
So, dann nochmal. Oh, wait. Wait. Sieben. Ja, nicht da direkt hochgehen danach. ABS 2. Okay, crazy. Okay, nochmal was ändern. 3, 4, 2, 3, 80, 83, 160, 150, 8000, 9, 2, 0, 2, 0.
Also irgendwas, die wollen mich verarschen, ich habe immer noch 99%.
Ah, crazy.
Guck mal. 100%, ja, wenn wir jetzt einfach mal 500 Sekunden, 500 Minuten sagen, sind 100, also, ja, warte mal, dann scheiße, dann müsste ich doch, sind das doch so 10 Minuten, 1%, fuck.
Mhm.
Ja, gut.
Update 3 Gemini. So, schauen wir mal.
Okay, 3. Jetzt hab's ich. Abholen. Ja. Wo sind sie weg?
Boah, da rutsche ich ja nur da. Ziemlich.
So, ist jetzt alle nicht. AMG ist das schlechteste Auto, oder was?
Was meinst du?
AMG ist das schlechteste Auto, oder was?
Weiß ich nicht. Haben ich gesagt, oder was?
Was habe ich jetzt gerade gesagt?
So, keine Ahnung.
Digga, es ist wieder, es geht wieder nicht. Das geht wieder nicht, das Lenkrad. Ach komm. Das können wir nicht machen.
Oh.
Das ist dumm, dass sich das immer da verstellt. Das ist ja völlig dumm.
Na gut.
So,
Digga, da keine Chance. Puh. Na gut.
wollen wir Spar fahren 20 Uhr?
Weiß ich nicht. Ich weiß nicht, wie das Rennen da gleich anfängt.
Das
Obwohl,
fängt
ich kann
jetzt
mir auch VOD an. Jetzt fängt es an? Jetzt?
Also, die laufen jetzt gerade ein.
Ja, okay, dann.
Das sieht danach aus.
Ja, mir hat sicher nicht Ende. Aber die feiern erst Quali und so.
Ja, also ich weiß nicht. Also, wie gesagt, ich fahre noch so ein bisschen Zeit für. Ich mache halt eh nicht so lang, also. Das geht. Schweiz plus eine Strecke? Boah, die sieht aber auch sauschwer aus. Gibt's noch England oder so? Was ist das denn noch davon? Das ist so dumm, ich sage, das ist so eine dumme Strecke. Was ist das denn? Es ist einfach nur eine also es ist einfach nur, es ist kein Kreis halt. Du fährst halt einfach nur einen Sprint sozusagen. Ich kann mir keine 3 Kurven merken. Das ist so schlimm. Das ist so schlimm.
Pit-Menü. Oh Gott, habe ich ja gar nicht drin. Controls. Bindings. Wie ist denn das? Äh. Ach, Kind weint. Gleich wieder da.
Das ist so eine Scheiße. Was ist das denn? Gönn doch mal jetzt. Raus.
So, wieder da.
Das ist aber so schlecht.
Wieder da. So, jetzt habe ich noch eine Livery dazu bekommen.
Hm?
Hab noch eine Livery gerade dazu bekommen, sag ich.
Livery? Geil.
Ja,
Ich hab
Design.
geguckt, die meisten kannst du eh nicht nehmen. Richtig kacke.
Warum?
So, was mache ich denn jetzt? Fahre ich noch ein bisschen? Oh, ich bin Platz 33 mit meiner Zeit.
Na,
Der
stark.
Müllstrecke hier. So ein Ding ist das. So, was mache ich denn jetzt noch? Time Trial? Ich will noch Time Trial? Oder warte mal, was? Warte mal, sind welche noch drin? Warte mal, Multiplayer. 6 Leute. Das reicht. Das reicht. Sonst ist nur Japan, Digga. Was ist das denn? Fuji. Was ist das denn für eine Strecke? Auch noch nie gefahren. Gott sei Dank. Fahren. Scheiße.
Hier war nichts dabei. OMG,
Ich
why?
spar jetzt.
Shut your mouth. Mikey Boy.
Wie redest du?
Mit Mike.
Wer ist das?
Chat.
Wo
Skrauf.
hörst du was?
Im Chat.
Hä?
Im Chat bei mir. Im Chat.
Achso. Ich dachte, manchmal dachte ich, hörst irgendwie Ingame oder so.
Nee. So. Wo kann ich das finden? Ha. K. Was ist ein K? Wie ist Dashpage? O T OTB O T O O T B. Ach Gott, bin ich nicht. O T B. Crazy, funktioniert gar nichts. Dann
Hier muss die Rouge etwas anders fahren wie in einem Formel 1 Auto.
ja.
Links raus, ne?
Ja. Telemetrie, das. Go.
Soll das eigentlich VR auch kommen oder nicht?
Ich glaube ja.
Weißt du das?
Ich glaube ja.
Ja. Das ist krass.
Boah. Das ist Telemetrie, ob sie es lädt oder nicht. Okay, verstehe. No, I won't. Hm. Das war es nicht. Toggle-Menü einmal so. So. Ha, Pitstop. Crazy. Was gefunden, wo man einen Pitstop machen kann. Quit. Schade. Das ist leider nicht. Also ich kann es zwar einen Pitstop einstellen, aber
Junge, es sind noch richtig viele in der Lobby drin. 14-Mann-Lobby. Auf geht's.
wer ist jetzt raus?
Ich bin schon qualified jetzt.
Ja, ist gut.
Going to be waiting to the very end to set their lap times, and they're going to need a bit more than what Beletsiatis has offered them so far. Here comes Lemonek now over the start-finish line. Low 44 it is. He goes into second.
Breaks up those BS competitions. Here comes Kamil
Er fährt ein
Pavlovsky.
K-Vantage
little
heißt das.
slower
Was
than
ist
his
das denn?
teammate. Second sector again, little slower than his teammate, but still the sector times are quite good. unlikely he'll go ahead of Wisniewski here. More likely he'll go ahead of Ferris Stanley, which will be very important for Team Falcons. Up towards the line then comes Kamil Pawlowski, a 44 watt as he crosses the line. He goes ahead of Laminek and he goes up to second, a 44.038.
It's quite close, isn't it? A little bit. It's quite close. And again, Jakub Maciejewski this time has set some good first and second sector times. These guys are not breaking records in 2025, but they are mightily close to one another. It looks like Falcon might actually line their cars up at the moment, 2, 3, and 4 after Maciejewski's time. Let's see if he can as he works his way over the line. He does. Another 44.0.
Very impressive. A little bit of a slower first sector coming in from Thomas Tatler, the de facto team leader during the online season. Through this LAN event thus far, though, he hasn't got a podium to his name. As he comes through into the second sector, it's not looking quick as he heads out there. That 38.7 is a couple of tenths down again in that middle sector. It's going to be close to Vasilius Belitsiotis, to be perfectly honest here, for Thomas Tatler. It's down to his 3 teammates to really do the heavy lifting. It's a 44.268 disappointment for Tatler.
Says a lot about the session when we're disappointed to see 3 temps off of pole, but that's the level in this session at the moment. And Thomas Tatler has not had a good afternoon. He'll be hoping his teammates can drag him into the next round. What about Daniel Pastor, the second of the Williams drivers, and they need some good times here. He's going to be right in the mix with those Falcons and maybe a little bit below them at the moment. That first sector maybe just holding him back by a tenth or two as he now works his way across the start-finish line at Daytona. Where is it going to be? Only 6th for Pastor.
Well, we've got 2 more Williams to come, though. It's Tobias Pfeffer, the next one. Then we'll get Dominic Bly, who made his debut around here back in 2023. First sector here from Pfeffer, pretty decent. Second sector here from Pfeffer, pretty decent. He's going to be trying to challenge that 43.965. It depends how good his exit is.
Ich verstehe was nicht. Sind GT3X Autos schneller? Ich bin übrigens jetzt Platz 5, ne? Die haben was rausgelöscht bei den Autos, scheinbar. Ich habe die 5 schnellste Runde auf Daytona. Und ich fahre schneller als die da. Aber die fahren halt GT3-Autos und das waren GT3X.
Kann ich dir leider nicht sagen.
Das ist halt sehr verwirrend. Warum habe ich gerade noch geguckt bei GT3X? Da war ich plötzlich immer noch 11. oder sowas. Und jetzt sehe ich da die Quali-Zeit, bin ich 5. Als hätten die gerade was rausgelöscht. Ist das krank? Wow, Gemini. Sind GT3X. Ne, ist GT3X schneller als GT3? Ja, sind schneller, okay.
From Blyer.
Again, he's done it again, Dominic Blyer. What a fantastic driver he's been in 2025 so far. He's added Daytona, pole position here in Riyadh to his list of achievements this afternoon. And what a lap time that was. Let's get some analysis from that all-important qualifying session from the guys in the studio.
Well, for the longest time, Oliveira was in first, but all the way till the very last 3 started to qualify, and Blair, who's been on fire all day today, takes the pole position for Williams. Phenomenal job.
Yeah, like you said, Mac, I think Blyer has been the standout driver of the day, and that Sector 1 was rapid. And yeah, taking pole by a tenth in this series is a big deal because it's usually so close.
It is. Pfeiffer is going to be in 3rd place, but the rest of the teammates from Williams down in 8th and 11th. So it's quite a big gap there. Meanwhile, you look at the Falcons, 4, 5, and 6. How strong does that put them in your opinion?
I mean, it's always nice to be with more people, right? I think this will make for a really interesting race dynamic. Of course, you have Williams 1 and 3, BS in P2, and then you have all the Falcon guys behind. So points-wise, it's already really close. But of course, with 3, you can really move forward, I think. So are they the favorites? I don't know, but I think the 2 Williams guys being close together is also,
yeah, pretty beneficial.
Good.
Yeah, without a doubt. And
this grid is perfect. Like it's all evenly spread out. You've got like you can't really call what team's going to win this race. Like I said earlier, you know, it's not about the leading car going into the last lap. If you're 2nd or 3rd, you might win So should be good.
Well, just to give even more of a visual, let's take a look at the qualifying race results, and you can really see how close it was at the top. And well, Blair taking first for Williams is truly, truly impressive. Does it by just a tenth, but Oliveira held on tight. And he's gonna be the qualifier for his team of BS competition. Everybody else so far down there, Mac. I am a little bit worried for BS competition at this point.
Yeah, I think from all three teams, I think BS is probably in the worst spot.
Sure.
But I'm really impressed with Kaike, though, to come in with a qualifying lap like that, not being on the rig for so long, I think was really impressive.
Yeah, definitely. And but I agree. I think overall as a team, they're probably in the weakest spot, but they're still there. So I think, yeah, Blair saved the day for Williams. Up until that point, though, I think Falcons were looking across the board pretty strong. You know, at one point they were second, third, fourth. So yeah, consistent.
Yeah, without a doubt. Falcons, BS competition, Williams. Chat, what are you thinking? Who's the strongest? You've seen the results. Now I ask you, who's taking this last and final race on Daytona? That's all that's left, right? And two teams, unfortunately, will have their keys crushed. One team will move forward to group play. The question is, who's it going to be? You can argue.
Der Vantage ist der Aston Martin.
On Daytona, they've had great, at least great performances today. They've fallen a little bit short to the number one teams, of course, talking Vitality and Mouse, but they still have a very real chance to move forward. They've just got to do it, and some might do it by the skin of their teeth, but it's still a possibility. Mac, let's take a look at our, of course, Aramco pole position, and we really get to see, right, Blair sneaking in, overtaking first place from Oliveira.
Yeah, I think this was a really excellent lap. You can see, like, through the chicane here, it was quite smooth, just setting up the lap. But also, just looking purely at the lap time, I think that is one of the faster laps we're going to see around the track for the whole event, probably.
Yeah, and you can see the run up to the beginning of the lap.
Ich muss nur die erste Kurve unbeschadet überstehen, dann schaffe ich das. Und danach bist du eigentlich weg. Danach Rouge, du musst eigentlich durch. Oh, ein stehender Start, perfekt, geil. Das kann was werden.
Nice.
Sector 1's super technical, isn't it, man?
Yeah, it's super technical, and as well, sometimes with the curb, it's really easy to kind of get the car a little bit too loose. And also just thinking about the race going into turn 1. Here he, of course, took a really wide line in, but in the race, sometimes you want to be a little bit tighter for a bit of defending. Going in here, this is going to be quite...
Jo, ich wurde voll weggecrashed, aber ich krieg 6 Strafpunkte, obwohl ich von hinten weggefickt wurde. Digga, ist das dumm. Hä? Ach man, dieses Game ist so lost, Digga. Ohne Witz jetzt. Ich krieg erste Kurve, krieg voll einen hinten rein, Digga, und krieg 6 Strafpunkte dafür. Autoschrott. Ja, das macht ja gar keinen Spaß. Und Auto ist schief auf der Geraden. Ich muss mein Lenkrad schief halten, ist das geil. Ach.
Without a doubt, yeah. BS competition, by the way, how desperate do they get at this point? Because they're so spread out. Granted, you get a win with Oliveira at the top, but I'm almost...
Ich hab wieder wofür habe ich jetzt einen Punkt gekriegt? Ist das dumm?
But in aggression and desperation.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they know right here, this is their only shot. They have nothing to lose, everything to gain. There's no reason for them not to go for it. I think there could be some carnage.
Yeah, well, now that we've seen, and by the way, I love carnage. Carnage is what we want, right? Chaos and carnage.
Was meinen jetzt mit dem schiefen Lenkrad?
Boxen.
Nee, gar kein Bock, das war's dann. Also noch fight ich hier vorne mit, kriegt man zwar... Ah, nee, ich muss rein, Alter. Ich habe noch 2 Incident Points, dann war's das für mich. Gut, ich kann nicht mal bei einer Durchfahrtsstrafe auch in die Box.
Weiß ich nicht. Noch nie ausprobiert, hatte ich noch nicht.
Ich probiere das aus.
Digga, du kannst einfach rein, musst halt nochmal durchfahren danach.
Nee, ich will ja danach nicht nochmal durchfahren, dann kann ich direkt machen.
Nee, das zählt ja nicht. Das ergibt dir dann keinen Sinn.
Da muss ich rein, hilft nix. Kann ich auch eigentlich aufgeben direkt. Das wäre auch, geht auch. Das Ding ist, ich bin eigentlich mit dem Auto, das Auto ist völlig RIP, aber es geht eigentlich, also ich kann da mitfahren.
bit sluggish. So for the race, that could work against them. BMW could be strong.
Ah, Digga, jetzt mich verarschen. Oh.
In that sector 3.
Yeah, I think it really depends on where the cars are going to bunch up. You know, a car could be good in sector 1 or sector 2, and if they make a mistake there and the rest closes up because of that, and they're good in the next sector, you're automatically going to be at a...
Ach komm, ich hab keinen Bock mehr. Ich mache jetzt
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that
Exit, ich lief. Scheiß drauf. Komm, Game aus.
Nee, was ist denn da los?
Doch. Nee, das war's.
Gebrochen, ja.
But it's going to be exciting, and you would expect no less from the Esports World Cup across all of our competitions. 7 weeks, 25 tournaments of finals happen, or 3 to 4 finals happening each and every weekend. A club championship ups for $7 million, but more importantly, we've got $500,000 here, and this is just the start, the last race to decide it all. Let's see who's going to take it. BS competition, Williams, Falcons, Ewan O'Leary, Lewis McLeod. Let's find out.
This is the all-important final race from Daytona, the last chance for one of these teams to get themselves in the Esports World Cup group stage. At the moment, we are going to see 2 of these teams leave us tonight, having done only 4 races in the World Cup in 2025. The pressure couldn't be higher. The excitement couldn't be higher either for us. We're very much looking forward to it. 10 laps here from Daytona. Let's see how it goes down as Dominic Blyer brings us to the green flag, and he will get the race underway. Green flag waves, and Kike Oliveira all alone for BS competition. Works his way round the outside, tries to make an impression on that race lead. Can he do it maybe into the international horseshoe in a few moments? He's got a good start for the moment. Side by side with Blyer through the chicanes now, and if he can keep his nose alongside, he's got a chance, but no, he backs out, and that was noticeable. He backed out of that when he could have launched down the inside into turn 3.
It's a really good start though from Kike Oliveira, but excellent response from Dominic Blyer as the Atlassian Williams sim racing car continues to lead the field. Is there going to be a move into the West Horseshoe coming in from Tobias Pfeffer? No, there is not. And from this point on, you can make a move at turn 6, which is the next corner, the left-hander, which takes you on to NASCAR 1 and 2. Just not really likely to make a move at this kind of in this kind of style of racing.
Onto the banking for the first time, and Dominic Blyer is going to lead the field. Nikodem Wisniewski is all over the place here, and he's on the outside line now, and the BS competition guys are going to get freight trained here because there's going to be another Falcon down the inside as well, and Williams have got themselves all inside the top 8, I think that is, all inside the top 9, excuse me. And
Nee,
look
ist
at
doch
that, they're trying to help
gut.
each other, Schill and Wisniewski, but the outside line on the banking
Das
is
war's jetzt
just
auf
never
jeden
going to
Fall.
work.
Heute spielen nicht mehr.
It's just a bit of a struggle there for them.
Guck mir das nicht an, wie viele Minuspunkte ich gekriegt habe für den Rage Quit, Alter.
Bit by bit remains side by side. Wisniewski drops back behind Thomas Tadler, who continues to not have a great race at the moment. He's not really made any progress.
Aber gestern noch 2 oder 3 Rennen gemacht. Ne, 2 Rennen. Bei den einen hatte ich plus 26, dachte ich, boah, wie viele Rennen brauche ich denn jetzt, um das zu machen? Und beim nächsten Rennen habe ich dann plus 116 bekommen, also war ich dann am Ende wieder drin.
Ja, okay, krass.
Ja. Da war ich aber nur Dritter geworden, also vom 2. auf den 3. sogar nur.
Ja gut, ich gehe mal davon aus, es geht auch darum, mit wem du in der Lobby fährst und so. Ja, wahrscheinlich dann Durchschnittsrating und dann...
Ah, nicht stimmt, da wurde ich Zweiter. Der hat mich wieder vorgelassen, der Typ. Der mich dann weggecrasht hat, da immer. Hat mich gedreht, der Wichser. Und dann war er kurz vor der Ziellinie stehen geblieben. Ich war schon kurz davor, ihn zu reporten.
Kike Oliveira, and you're sat there in second position. You've got 1 Williams behind you, 1 Williams ahead. You've got a trio of Falcons flying behind in 4th, 5th and 6th. You've got no real assistance. It is really, really difficult. And how for Williams do you navigate this? You're desperate to try and get Pfeffer past Blyer and make this a Atlassian Williams Sim Racing 1-2.
Look at the tension there, by the way. Some of the live cameras. Very, very high tension at the moment. They've actually gained 3 points from their start in qualifying from where they all were. From Belaziotis, as you say, moving up to 9th position. Now, BS competition haven't moved forward at all. In fact, Wisniewski's lost 5 points, sorry. Forrest Stanley's been doing some of the gaining, though, in that 7th position now for BS competition as they now come into the final bus stop chicane. Now then, is Oliveira going to try and get past Dominic Blyer in towards turn 1 this time, or is history going to repeat itself with Tobias Pfeffer in behind?
Let's see how it all unfolds, whether there's going to be that big slipstream. Kaiki Oliveira's done a good job of giving himself a big gap here. You kind of want it out of the Le Mans chicane to be around 3 or 4 tenths of a second. If it's closer than that, you close up too quickly. If it's larger than that, you don't close up at all. And this is what I mean. Kaiki Oliveira's closing in. Can he try and make a move? Once again, leaves it too late. He's staying behind. He's not trying to take over the races here, but you're absolutely right. If he's going to do it, he needs to move up later. He's risking it. The thing is, I think he feels if he moves up and tries to go for the race lead, he might well lose second. He might lose second anyway. Pfeffer turning in a little bit too much, and Kaiki Oliveira down to third.
The big thing for him is he's got no teammates to help him, and now the problem comes with Maciejewski, who's down his inside here. He could well get freight trained Oliveira and BS competitions. Staying this series is coming to an end, surely, if this goes wrong for Kaiki Oliveira. Maciejewski down the inside briefly. This is the problem. Now he's got 2 Williams in front of him. How is he ever going to get past either of those with no teammates to help him?
It's easy for you to say, Quad N, but no, it's certainly not ideal for Kaiki Oliveira there. I think, to be perfectly honest, he is lucky to remain in 3rd position there. You know, I could have seen him absolutely I could have seen him get freight train there by the Falcons. He's going to have to remain careful. He needs that assistance from Ferris Stanley at a bare minimum, but he's not getting it right now.
How does he work himself through here, Kaiki Oliveira? You get the feeling the best opportunities have already passed him by. Maciejewski is right in behind him and will not go into the bus stop chicane. Blyer and Pfeffer, though, are nose to tail, and they're working together already. The best 2 performing drivers from the online part of the 2025 R1 calendar. They are now combining at the LAN event as well to run away in this race at Daytona. Current gap for Williams Sim Racing, 19 points over Team Falcons, who are currently 2nd, and then 29 over BS Competition, who have got an awful lot of work to do. And it starts with Kaiki Oliveira here, down in towards turn number 1. Now he's got to go, surely. He's lost second, he's got to go for it, and he's been left the inside. Maybe he's going to go for first here. Is he going to go for all 2 of them here into towards turn number 1? Pfeffer on the outside. It's 3 wide nearly. Williams in a dangerous situation here.
You ever wanted evidence that this is definitely not done yet? That was it. Big look to the inside from Kaiki Oliveira. One bit of contact and this could end out wide. Big deep move. Blyer pushes Kaiki Oliveira out wide as they go side by side of the international horseshoe. Now comes Jakub Maciejewski, who works his way through to 3rd.
Er hat doch gerade außen langsamer gemacht, dass der andere durchziehen kann. Safe.
Has been dropped to 4th.
And he's got to get Ferris Stanley or somebody in with him to try and help here. He's got to get some friends up at the front of the end of the field, because Wisniewski and Schill being so far down means that they've got to score between the 2 of them, probably a 1-2. But that's going to be very difficult at this stage in the competition. Out onto the banking again. Maciejewski in 3rd is now an interesting one. He's not got any teammates either, but we've seen that those Williams cars can be caught up in a straight line.
Was fährt dieser Benike normal?
Oliveira, anyway, didn't have any
iRacing, oder?
help from his teammates.
Ja, ich glaube ja.
Looking to the inside, going into the Le Mans chicane, gets under the brakes, drops back out of it. Obviously not going for anything here. He might be too close, to be perfectly honest, to Tobias Pfeffer here, who's obviously not going to go for a move for the race lead. That's why you'll see this wider exit, trying to build that little bit of a gap, drop back into the slipstream as they head their way through NASCAR 3 and 4 that we're currently on. Onto the high banks they go, onto the tri-oval, onto the start-finish straight. Can Maciejewski make a big move here to try and take a 2nd place, a victory? Who knows? It will be critical for Falcons to move on into the group stage.
He's pulled out the slipstream very early, not sure why. They're all in a train now on the inside line as well. Oliveira's not going to be able to do the same thing as before. Little bit of contact in towards turn 1, and Maciejewski's a little bit wide, but Oliveira's not going to do anything from there, and he will stay 4th. Pawlowski next involved, then Lemonek. And they're constantly looking over their shoulder. In the background, that's Daniel Padstore down the inside of Ferris Stanley. And it's going from bad to worse for BS Competition. Ferris Stanley has got to stay in front here in that 7th position, and he can't.
No, this is not good for BS Competition. They're running 8th, 11th and 12th. Kaiki Oliveira not with the assistance that he really needs at the moment. Ferris Stanley almost into the rear end of Daniel Padstore. Things are looking good for Williams. They are at the top of the group, but that can unfold so quickly. 12 cars in this race, 12 cars in effectively this lead battle. They are all in contention for victory. We've commentated on enough races in R1 to know this will most likely not last until the checkered flag without drama.
Well, it would be extraordinary if it does. 4 more laps of this. We're already just over the halfway mark, and you can see some of the guys in the crowd enjoying the show at the moment and enjoying the fact they're on camera. Give us a wave. No, don't then.
There was a little bit of wave in the background.
There was a wave from someone else.
From one of the mouse drivers.
Anyway, there's Masiewski. He won't be waving, certainly not now. Anyway, he'll be waiting to the checkered flag, where he's hopefully going to be, for his sake, in the race lead, and for Team Falcon's sake as well. They've probably got the best chance of overhauling Williams out of the two teams chasing at the moment, but Kaiki Oliveira is going to try and do something here for BS Competition. Pulls out very early here, tries to use the slope of the banking there, maybe, to get a slingshot, and they've got to try and pass Tobias Pfeffer now. He's not as close to Blyer as he was before. Here comes Oliveira, 3 wide maybe. He's got to go for it. No, he doesn't. And Masiewski can't go anywhere either here. Pavlovsky's blocked in. Here comes Lemonek on the outside line. It's going to be 3 wide with Oliveira in the middle. They're all going to fit here just about. It's so close into turn 1 again.
Yeah, and they're going side by side. Kaiki Oliveira about to wrestle his way through into third. I think he was sitting behind trying to force the drama between Falcons and Williams. However, he's back up into third, so at least there is that. Ferris Stanley's getting pushed out in the background as Vasilis Belitsiotis is going to work his way through. Ferris Stanley going side by side up towards the dog leg. He's on the inside line at the moment with Belitsiotis. He's going to be on the outside into the West Horseshoe as now Daniel Pastor starts his fight on the Falcons. Straight to the outside of Lemonek is going to go, and a big moment for Pavlovsky.
And Masiewski's off the road as well here. It's all happening for Team Falcons. It's terrible news for Team Falcons. Masiewski drops a couple of places. Pavlovsky drops to the back. And going backwards now is Tumas Tatala as well. Here comes Wisniewski. Trying to bump draft Ferris Stanley maybe on the inside line here. The leaders are away. And that might not be bad news for Kaiki Oliveira. It might not be much good news either, because he's on his own still. Here comes Stanley and Wisniewski. They're going nowhere on the inside line. They're trying to make it 3 wide between the teammates. BS Competition are having trouble here. Into the bus stop chicane. Ferris Stanley gets back to 8th place at least.
I'm just going to say it now. Who was my prediction to go through before this race and qualifying started?
Can't remember.
It was Williams.
Oh.
Yeah, 1st, 2nd, 6th and 7th at the moment they are running. I've been telling you all week, this is a team to take seriously. Dominic Blyer is a quality driver. Pfeffer is coming to fruition. He's hitting the spots that we know that he can do. We've seen in his sim racing career. You've got Daniel Pastor and Belitsiotis going side by side. You've got side by side for the race lead as well. It's all chaos. We can see that in the picture in the bottom left. This is what happened though to Falcons. Straight to the rear end of
Oliveira. So that's Pavlovsky, I think, going off the road, and Masiewski had to slow down so much because of that as well. He's down to 5th, and Tatala got caught up in the aftermath. He's down to 10th. So this is looking good for Williams now. Ferris Stanley, though, is trying to get amongst them. He's side by side with Daniel Pastor. Oliveira was briefly side by side with Pfeffer as well. There's Schill. He's just in front of Tatala, who goes down the inside now. This is for 9th place, and Tumas Tatala does get himself through, but are these guys taking part in their last race this year?
I think most certainly so at the moment. Atlassian Williams Sim Racing, 59 points, plays Falcons 25 and BS Competitions 24. They have a mountain to climb to try and take on the Atlassian Williams Sim Racing team, who at the moment are destined for a journey to continue into the group stage, to continue on the Esports World Cup. For the other two teams, it will be a journey home, effectively, well, immediately.
Straight away after day 1, and that is the fate for 3 of these teams, unfortunately. 3 more are joining us tomorrow, by the way. Porsche Quadna, Team Redline and Virtus Pro. Make sure you join us for day 2. All 6 will be in action over the course of 8 races. And we look forward to the group stage, but who is going to be joining them there? It looks like Williams Sim Racing for the moment. Kaiki Oliveira, though, can maybe do something, maybe, in these last 2 laps. He's got to get past Pfeffer first, though, and will he do it into turn 1 here? He's sort of side by side, but it's not looking good enough in towards turn 1, unfortunately. Late on the brakes is, but again, same story.
Look, the thing is, even if you're destined to have this journey come to a close now, ending that journey on as high of a high as you possibly can will be so important. Kaiki Oliveira will leave absolutely nothing on the table in his pursuit for victory for BS Competition over the final 2 laps here at Daytona. Once again, Ferris Stanley is going side by side with Daniel Pastor, and once again, he is unable to effect a pass. Pastor remains ahead. Stanley looks to the outside. It's not going to work.
Not for the moment. And they absolutely need Pastor to be overtaken by all of their drivers, by the way. Schill's even behind Pavlovsky again, who went off into the grass a couple of moments ago, as we saw. Lemonek and Maciejewski are back involved at the race lead, so I wonder whether there is going to be a fight for that race win on the last lap, but whether it's going to matter for the team's standings, which of course are all important this year, I'm not so sure. Dominic Blyer still leads the way. He's been so strong in 2025, and it looks like he's going to experience it again. Ferris Stanley helps Daniel Pastor along to the bus stop chicane. There's very much a split in half now in this field. The top 6 have got away.
I told you the 12 won't remain all the way together until the checkered flag, and that's exactly what's happened. The side-by-side constantly between Pastor and Stanley has built quite a gap between Pastor and Belletsiotis, which will work in favour of Williams.
Tobias Pfeffer is currently being assigned a penalty, so we will just hold fire for a moment, because if Pfeffer loses a lot of time on this last lap and gets a lot of drivers close to him, then he could be in trouble here, but he's been doing a good job defending from Oliveira, at least so far. Again late on the brakes from Pfeffer, but this is his best chance, Kaiki Oliveira. He's given this a right good go this time. Round the outside through turn 1, gives him maybe the inside of the international horseshoe. He's going to have that blocked. He's going to go to the outside instead. Tobias Pfeffer holds that inside line. Again, shepherds him out wide, but he's still alongside the Brazilian, and he's got a chance coming into the second sector.
Superb racing between the pair of them. Pfeffer regards the penalty as being the greatest teammate he possibly can at the moment, as he fends off Kaiki Oliveira, allows the gap to build to nearly a second for his teammate Dom Blyer. Hopefully,
crazy header.
Gifting victory to Blyer, gifting victory to Atlassian Williams Sim Racing, gifting that pass to the group stage. Let's see if Oliveira can work his way through, but it might just be for absolutely nothing.
Du hast gesagt, Wohnzimmer ist
With
dunkel.
that penalty for Tobias Pfeffer, they would only lose a couple of points at the moment, Williams, and that huge advantage they hold over Falcons and BS Competition will surely be enough at the moment, unless something absolutely miraculous happens on the run towards the line into the bus stop chicane. These are the 6 who are going to fight it out for race victory here, but surely with Blyer and Pfeffer 1 and 2, they are going to win this race. Williams, at least with one of their drivers. What about Lemonek? Is he going to get amongst it with Kaiki Oliveira here, who's fought bravely alone for BS Competition here in this final race? But it's going to come to nothing by the looks of things. In fact, it looks like Williams are going to have this pretty easily. As Oliveira slows down, in fact, it's going to be Williams who go through the last chance race. Who's going to win the race? It's going to be close. It's going to be Dominic Blyer, who wins for the 5th time in 2025. Brilliance from Blyer gets Williams into the group stage, and it's a 1-2 to cap it off at Daytona. They thoroughly deserve that.
Certainly so. They have looked very strong. And
Also Williams hat's geschafft, die anderen nicht, oder was?
Podium of the day. Second, third, 10th, fair enough. And an important victory for Dominic Blyer on the circuit he made his debut in R1 at. Well, he clearly goes well around here. I remember him going well around here in the online season back in fall of 2023. And he continues to impress at this circuit. Pfeffer, I don't think he's particularly pleased by his 1-second penalty. It's going to drop him to, I think that was 5th or 6th position. But still, it was an epic drive for him. And we believe that Williams will be provisionally through to the group stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll remember Blyer tomorrow as well being strong at Daytona, because we are racing it on race number 6. Now, will be in race number 6, seed 6, because they went through the last chance race. So Dominic Blyer will have another chance to assert his dominance at that circuit. But look at that. Vasilis Belletsiotis is the most charismatic sim racer I've ever seen. He is so enthusiastic, and congratulating all of his teammates.
Could you imagine if Mehdi was behind the wheel from Team Vitality?
They would be
probably one of the most exuberant personalities around R1. But yeah, Belletsiotis has given him a good run for his money. You can see there the Williams contingent all onto the stage, all around each other, handshakes, fist bumps, and well deserved. What a superb performance from Atlassian Williams Sim Racing today.
And a gracious shake of the hands from Kaiki Oliveira, who congratulates the Williams team on making it into the World Cup group stage. It could have been them, but unfortunately, the race really didn't go their way, BS Competition.
No, it is a big shame for the Mercedes-AMG Esports Team MSI, for BS Competition. For Team Falcons, the journey is over.
Absolutely. Well, Williams make it into the World Cup group stage. Let's take some analysis from that final race of the day now from the studio.
And it was an incredible final race, so tight, basically up until, I want to say, lap 6. Things start to fall apart for the Falcons. James, I really thought they had a chance. They had an opportunity, and of course, we still need the official tallies. All this is unofficial, but I don't think they make it. It was that wipeout. It makes connection with the car in front, veers off to the left. Before we know it, the Falcons member is in the back of the pack.
That's right, yeah, and fantastic result for Williams. But yeah, the Falcon car, I think it was Pawlowski, just outbroke himself into turn.
Na gut. Was läuft noch? Hockenheim gleich. Hockenheim. Sind wir dabei. Oi, oi, oi. Bist du da? Auf geht's. So,